Hi, Tim here with Clive Coffee. We're going to show you how to set up your water filter softener for your direct plumb water setup on your espresso machine. The tools that we'll need today will be a wrench and a cutting tool for making clean cuts on our plastic tubing. Included in your kit, you have your water filter softener cartridge and head. On your assembly, you'll have your 3/8" push-to-connect fitting, your T installed, as well as the angle shutoff valves on your water line to the machine and your line here to flush the cartridge. Push-to-connect fittings have been in wide use since the 80s, and they are as reliable as other hard plumb methods. They are widely used in reverse osmosis systems, refrigerator lines, and other water applications as a permanent solution. The skill level required to use push-to-connect fittings is far more accessible for most people. You just need to know how to use them properly. With the right tools, your cutting tool, you want to be aware of making clean 90-degree cuts. That way you have a firm seal on the gasket when you push it in. When you insert the push-to-connect fitting, you're going to apply pressure until you feel a kind of click. You'll pull back on the tubing and the teeth will lock into place, and you know that you've got a firm connection. The rest of your items in your kit, you have your angle stop valve, as well as your pressure regulator. We're going to start off by installing our angle stop valve on our cold water source. Identify your cold water line. You do not want to use the hot water for plumbing in your machine. Turn off the cold water line. Remove the braided line. You will see a little bit of water dripping. Install the angle stop valve to your water source. Reattach the braided line to the top, and now connect your plastic tubing. Our plastic tubing can then be inserted into the filter on the inlet side. It is labeled with the word "in" on the inlet. On the outlet, we have our T. This is the line that's going to go to our espresso machine. We will insert our pressure regulator onto the assembly. Notice there is an arrow, directional arrow, that indicates the direction of flow of the water. We'll install some line to our bleed line. We'll use that in just a moment. We'll use a piece of tubing to connect the end of our push-to-connect fitting on the pressure regulator. And now we'll find our braided line that's attached already to our espresso machine. Your espresso machine that you get from Clive Coffee will have this plastic attachment, this push-to-connect fitting, already installed on the end of your braided line. And now we'll be able to connect our push-to-connect fitting, push firmly into place, pull to check. Now that our water lines are all set up, before we run water into the espresso machine, we are going to flush our filter using the bleed line. Make sure that your valves are shut off at the espresso machine. So we've got it in this orientation. We know that no water will pass this valve here. And I will open up my bleed line. At the end of this line, we will run into a bucket or sink to catch about 3 to 5 gallons, which we're going to flush from the filter. We'll go ahead and open up our main water line and flush the filter. Once we've finished flushing the filter, we'll close up our bleed line and we'll open our water line to our espresso machine. We'll see our pressure regulator reading the pressure. If you have pressure that is over 60 psi, you'll want to lower that using the dial up at the top. You would pull up and twist to adjust, and then push back down to lock that into place. At this point, you are ready to begin using your espresso machine with your water filter softener setup. For other setup, water, and tech tips, check out our knowledge base at clivecoffee.com.